I can't go. Millionaire cries. Single dad mechanic takes her to the hospital and everything changes. Mara Lennox had faced boardrooms filled with hostile investors, negotiated acquisitions worth hundreds of millions, and walked red carpets lined with paparazzi shouting her name. But as she stood inside the dim, oil-scented garage on the outskirts of Brookhaven, clutching the side of a battered workbench for support, she couldn't take a single step. Not because of fear, because the world was tilting. Her breathing was shallow. A sharp pain radiated through her midsection like a knife twisting with every heartbeat. I can't go, she whispered, her voice cracking. The tall mechanic in front of her, Cole Harrington, wiped the grease from his hands and turned. His brow furrowed the moment he saw her face drain of color. Hey, he said softly, moving toward her, you're not okay. Mara tried to straighten. It's just stress. I need to get to a meeting. Cole shook his head. You're about to pass out. That's not stress. Before she could argue, her knees buckled. Cole lunged and caught her, one arm firm around her back, the other steadying her waist. She was trembling. I'll call an ambulance, he said. No, she gasped, gripping his shirt. Please, no publicity, no reporters. Cole hesitated. He knew who she was, everyone in town did. Mara Lennox, the brilliant, beautiful CEO who had transformed her family's legacy company into a global empire. But knowing her name and seeing her like this, fragile, terrified, were two different things. Okay, he said gently. Then I'm driving you myself. He didn't wait for permission. Scooping her into his arms, he carried her out of the garage and toward his old pickup truck. The door squeaked when he opened it. She blinked weakly. This truck is older than I am. Good thing it's got personality, he replied, easing her into the passenger seat. Hold on, we'll get you help. Cole drove faster than he had in years, gravel spitting from the tires as he sped down country roads toward the hospital. Mara's breaths were shallow, her hand pressed to her abdomen. You don't have to stay, she murmured, eyes half closed. Just drop me off. No chance, he said. I'm making sure you don't keel over on the sidewalk. She let out a shaky exhale that might have been a weak laugh. You're very stubborn. That's what my daughter likes to tell me. You have a daughter? Mara asked, blinking up at him. 7 years old. Her name's Lily. Smartest kid on earth. He glanced at her. She also thinks superheroes wear coveralls. Mara smiled faintly. She sounds adorable. She is. And she'd give me an earful if I didn't help someone who needed it. Mara grew quiet, resting her head against the window. Your wife, she asked carefully. Passed away 4 years ago, he said. It's just me and Lily now. I'm sorry, she whispered. Life doesn't ask permission before it hits you hard, he replied. Looks like you learned that today too. Mara swallowed. I've been pushing myself. Ignoring symptoms. I thought if I just kept going, I could outrun them. What symptoms? Dizziness, pain, fatigue. Her voice trembled. My assistant told me to slow down. I didn't listen. Cole kept his eyes on the road, jaw tight. Well, you're listening now. At the hospital, nurses whisked Mara into a room while Cole filled out forms at the desk. He felt strangely responsible, as if he'd found a wounded bird on the road and couldn't leave until he knew it would fly again. A doctor approached. Are you with Ms. Lennox? Cole hesitated. Just a friend. Then you can wait with her. Inside the room, Mara lay on the bed, color slowly returning to her cheeks. She looked small, impossibly different from the powerful woman in magazines. You stayed, she said, surprised. Yep, Cole replied. Someone's gotta make sure you don't escape. She let out a soft laugh. They think it's acute appendicitis. They caught it just in time. That's serious. I know. Her eyes shimmered. It's strange. I never let anyone see me weak. Well, he said, pulling a chair beside her bed, lucky for you, I'm not great at judging. She studied his face, the gentle strength in his expression. Why are you being so kind? She whispered. Because you needed help, he said simply. And because, sometimes strong people need someone to lean on too. The room grew quiet. The beeping of machines filled the space. Mara took a steady breath. When I walked into your garage, she said, I wasn't there to fix a car. I was trying to escape my own world for a minute. The business, the pressure, the constant eyes watching me. I thought maybe if I hid somewhere ordinary, I could breathe. And then you almost collapsed on my floor, Cole said. Exactly, he smiled. Well, you're welcome to come by again, maybe under less dramatic circumstances. You're assuming I'll want to see you again, she teased softly. Oh, you will, he winked. My charm is dangerous. She shook her head, but the corners of her lips lifted. The doctor returned to explain the surgery schedule. Mara nodded, but her eyes flicked to Cole, anxiety rising. I'll be here when you wake up, Cole said before she could ask. You don't have to. I know. She stared at him, this stranger who had carried her when she couldn't stand, who had stayed without obligation, who spoke to her like she was just a person, not a billionaire with an empire on her shoulders. Thank you, she whispered. Cole reached out, brushing her knuckles with his fingertips. We all need someone sometimes, Mara. Her breath caught. No one had said that to her in years. 3 hours later, after successful surgery, Mara woke to the soft dimness of the recovery room. Her eyes fluttered open, and found Cole asleep in a chair, chin resting on his chest, arms crossed. He'd stayed, truly stayed. Mara felt something shift inside her, not fear, not vulnerability, but something warm. Something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. Cole stirred, noticing her watching him. He straightened, rubbing his neck. You're awake, he said, voice rough. You kept your promise, she replied. I said I would. Mara reached toward him. He took her hand gently. Cole, she whispered, I don't know what comes next for me. But I want to see you again. And I want to meet Lily. His eyes softened. I'd like that. For the first time, she said, squeezing his hand, I feel like I'm not alone. Cole smiled, warm and steady. You're not. And in that small hospital room, a billionaire and a single dad, two people from different worlds, found something neither had expected. A beginning.